Later on The Tonight Show, find how to get into all sorts of big trouble from Rene Russo. And you'll get the wrong impression from Natalie Imbruglia. And the right expressions from Daddy. Your local news is next.
Coming up, our live team coverage of this year's SEC Tournament continues from Atlanta. We'll have reaction from fans about UK's first-round opponent. Also, Kentucky State Police are asking for your help tonight to find a man wanted for an 18-year-old's murder. LEX18 News is on the air.
Now, from WLEX, with coverage you can count on, this is LEX18 News at 11.
Atlanta is Cat territory tonight as fans invade to prepare for UK's first game in the SEC Tournament. All the excitement from Georgia is tonight's LEX18 Big Story at 11. And good evening, everyone. I'm Nancy Cox. Kevin Christopher has the night off. Of course, everyone's been talking about the Cats' trip to Atlanta to begin March Madness. The city is alive with energy, and we don't want you to miss out. Our own Ryan Lemon and Molly Grantham will bring it all back for us. Good evening, guys.
Welcome here to Catlanta. We're in downtown beautiful Centennial Park, where the True Blue fans are starting to take over this city, and the Cats getting ready to win another SEC tournament title.
24 hours and counting, Ryan.
24 hours and counting. Right now, South Carolina is playing Ole Miss. Kentucky will play the winner of that game at this time tomorrow night. Now, True Blue fans are here, but the UK basketball team is now here also. This was the scene earlier tonight as the Kentucky Wildcat basketball contingent pulled into the Hyatt here in downtown Atlanta. You see the Cats always greeted by True Blue fans who are there to wish their Cats good luck in the upcoming tournament. Coming up a little bit later in sports, we're caught up with Tubby Smith as the Cats got off the bus. We're going to hear what he has to say about how the Cats look today in practice as they get ready to play the winner of tonight's South Carolina-Ole Miss matchup.
Think about that, winners. We had a bye tonight. We did not play, and you walk in the Georgia Dome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but how many True Blue everywhere?
All blue.
And they didn't even play. People were there just really scoping out the competition. Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I'm from
Born and raised in Georgia, he bleeds blue.
The Cats can whip the dogs any day of the week as far as I'm concerned.
But tonight, Georgia's not a topic, not even close. True Blue fans are checking out the battle between Ole Miss and South Carolina.
Me and my wife's got to see who's going to win. I think we have a better shot with South Carolina. Ole Miss is quick. Ole Miss is a dangerous team. They get hot. It's hard to contend with them. They're about like Vandy.
My tip-off, the turnstiles still turning. Kentucky diehards continually filing in.
It's crazy down here. It's Kentucky fans have outnumbered everybody. Any other fans, yeah, it's Catlanta.
Such an appropriate name for an out-of-state venue being taken over by True Blue.
Every SEC tournament, every follow them all the way as long as they'll win.
And to win, some fans are bringing along some pretty unique good luck charms.
True Blue fan with my blue beads.
Are those Mardi Gras beads?
They are. The Mardi Gras, they're basketballs.
The thing about these True Blue fans is they are not just coming from Kentucky 5-6 hour drives. I have found people from Maryland, from Chicago, people not even born close to Kentucky that are die-hard True Blue fans.
True Blue fans not just from Pikeville, from Paducah, but from coast to coast.
All over this country, really.
Cats will be tipping it up tomorrow night at 9:45. Coming up a little bit later in sports, we'll talk about the games that were played earlier here today at the Georgia Dome. But for now, with Molly Grantham, we are reporting live from the LEX18 True Blue newsroom in Catlanta. Back to you guys.
Ryan and Molly, thanks so much, and we'll have much more live coverage coming up from Atlanta later in sports. Well, the SEC Tournament isn't just big news for basketball fans. It's also a very big deal for some local businesses. For Host Communications, getting this year's SEC Tournament program out the door on time is their own version of March Madness. And over at Hands On Originals, having the right Wildcat gear ready, not just in Lexington, but also in Atlanta, can sometimes be quite tricky. But
to prepare sometimes months in advance, not knowing whether it's the Cats are actually going to go deep into the March tournament.
both businesses say this is just the beginning of the rush, especially if the Cats make it to the Final Four. Well, often a trip to the SEC Tournament can mean a trip to warmer weather, but you didn't have to leave Lexington for that today. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack.
Well, it's a couple of degrees, but I don't think it was worth 400 miles down I-75 to do it. Tell you what, we had some great spring weather today. We're going to do it again tomorrow and then some. Let's go ahead and show you first the LEX18 Storm Tracker Dual Doppler tonight. It is nice and clear. We have some high clouds wandering through the area, but I'll tell you what, it is a vast difference from what we saw earlier in the week. Right now, 11 o'clock at night, it's 52 in Lexington and in Frankfurt. Somerset and London, actually to the south, it's slightly cooler with the mid-40s. That's where the skies are a little bit clearer. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, I know some kids are out of school tomorrow, some kids have school. I'm going to Ewing tomorrow in Fleming County, so I'm hoping they have school. Otherwise, it's very long but pretty dry. About 50 tomorrow with some sunshine around at the bus stops.
Thank you very much, Bill. We'll check in later. When the issue of concealed weapons comes up, it raises eyebrows. Now it's taking center stage again after 6 Eastern Kentucky men get arrested for something authorities say they weren't doing. Local gun advocates aren't happy about the news. LEX18's West Highland has the story.
If U.S. attorneys get their way, 2 Floyd County Sheriff's deputies and 4 other men from Eastern Kentucky may go to jail for 5 years and face $250,000 fines. Authorities say the deputies, Ricky Thornsberry and Herman Morris, along with Gary Rogers of Letcher County, Ron Burns and Frankie Markham of Clay County, and Mark Taylor of Jackson County, took part in a scheme to make money off concealed weapons licensing.
2 categories of individuals here. There are those that were the actual certified trainers. There are others that were helping to drum up business and referring, kind of brokering.
Officials say several of the men were certified to train folks wishing to get concealed weapons licenses. The only problem, officials say, they never trained the people at all. Instead, they say the men took a $75 fee for the course, never taught the classes, and issued the permits anyway. Chuck Bradley, shocked by the news. He's a professional shooter and sells guns on his website, shootersconnection.com.
I'm sort of flabbergasted that they even would do that, because the classes aren't hard to give. And the liability they're putting themselves in for lawsuits from potential people that were shot by somebody that was given a license through them.
He says if what authorities speculate about these men is true, it's a setback for an industry that feels like it's always trying to explain its actions. Covering the news in Lexington, West Highland, LEX18 News.
Authorities say the men have issued as many as 3,000 invalid certifications. A Lexington police officer is in trouble tonight after he was arrested for allegedly driving under the influence. The police report states that Officer Bobby Hall admitted he was at fault when he pulled his Toyota 4Runner in the front of another driver last night. No one was hurt in the accident, but the report quotes Hall as saying, "I know I messed up." In court today, Hall's lawyer entered a not guilty plea. It's a case police have been trying to solve for nearly 20 years, and now they're asking for your help to catch a killer. Police think they know who killed Cotton Adams and dumped his chain-wrapped body in an Estill County creek. The murder happened back in 1984. Now police have accused 52-year-old James Napier of the murder, but he's now on the run.
Our efforts to track him down have not produced him, and we know somebody out there knows his whereabouts, knows where he is, or has additional information either regarding the murder investigation or the location of Mr. Napier.
The popular TV show America's Most Wanted is coming to town to profile this case. Exposure to police hope will flush him out. Now to the latest in the war on terror. Kentucky is sending more troops to Afghanistan in support of Operation Anaconda. 20 helicopters and 200 soldiers from Fort Campbell are heading to support many Fort Campbell troops already fighting. The new troops are part of the 101st Airborne Division, and the new Apache helicopters will serve as replacements for aircraft which have been damaged in the war effort. Funeral arrangements have been set for a Kentucky firefighter. He was killed Monday when his truck was hit by a train. More when LEX18 covers Kentucky. And later in sports, more live coverage from Atlanta. Can the Cats keep their SEC magic alive?
Little magic in the weather as our temperatures flirt with 70 tomorrow afternoon, a real spring-like feel. But will it last into your weekend? Find out in a couple of minutes.
You're watching LEX18 News at 11 with Nancy Cox, Kevin Christopher, Bill Neck with Storm Tracker Weather, and Ryan Lemon with Sports. LEX18 News, coverage you can count on.
Guess who?
Hello? Hello, Mr. Storm.
The dreaded telemarketer.
It's Strom. Congratulations.
The majority of telemarketing calls are dialed by computer. Now you can stop them with the Telezapper from Privacy Technologies. When you or your answering machine picks up a call, the Telezapper sends a signal that zaps your number off the computer's list. Soon those annoying calls just about stop altogether. Get the Telezapper from Privacy Technologies, now available at Radio Shack.
How can your family afford college tuition? Get CAP, Kentucky's affordable prepaid tuition. CAP lets you lock in tomorrow's tuition at today's lower prices. Earnings are tax-free and they're guaranteed, not tied to the whims of the stock market. CAP is affordable, with some plans for toddlers and newborns less than $1 a day. Get the CAP that matters most. Get CAP'd. For details, call State Treasurer Jonathan Miller toll-free or on the web at getcap.com. Hurry, enrollment ends April 15th.
Try the new DQ Southwestern chicken sandwiches, available grilled or breaded, with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and a spicy Southwestern sauce you'll only find at DQ. Or cool down with a brownie earthquake treat for just $1.99. So eat on your own terms. DQ's something different.
Springtime preview today, and it looks like that preview continues tomorrow before the end of the show this weekend. Let's go ahead and show you what it looks like with the LEX18 Storm Tracker dual Doppler, and this evening we are looking clear. There, a little blurb showing up there over Jackson County. That's a little false echo showing up, so don't worry about that, because skies are generally clear. A few clouds wandering by, but the rain-making clouds will hold off until probably Saturday morning, the way things are shaping up. Not bad. We're in the 50s for most of us. Frankfort's at 52, Covington 54, Jackson, look at that, 57. Now, where the skies are a little clear, London and Somerset, we have temperatures that are running in the mid-40s, but still, considering where we were the first of the week, not too bad. Right now in Lexington, partly cloudy, 52, relatively dry air, southeast wind at 8, your high, look at that, 66. Normally we should be in the low 50s, so not looking too bad at all. And real nice tomorrow at the Future Track. We'll begin the day 7 a.m., most of us will be in the 40s. Not a bad way to begin a March day. Tomorrow afternoon, it's not a bad finish to a March day, well into the 60s. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of those 70s actually wander in as well. Pretty windy tomorrow. Saturday's when life gets a little more interesting. 7 a.m., I mean, look at how warm we are to start your weekend. 50s and maybe even a couple of low 60s. Then the cold front, and watch what happens during the day. Watch those cold temperatures just march on to the east. By the end of the day, upper 40s and low 50s, and by the time we get into Saturday night, conceivable, if we have any moisture left over, that could fall in the form of some snow showers and flurries. No accumulation, but still the possibility we could see some snow flying once again after a 70-degree day. Here we go at the satellite tonight. There, we started off clear late this afternoon into the evening. We've been watching these little high clouds wander, and you see them right here. No big deal. Snow flying up across parts of the upper Midwest, so the cold air does remain. Not really an organized system yet. It hasn't tapped any Gulf moisture, but watch what happens as we go through the future. We'll start you at 7 a.m. tomorrow. High pressure sitting in the Carolinas. Winds around that high coming up out of the southwest, and you see there are a whole bunch of those lines, so tomorrow turns into a pretty windy day for us. The high keeps us nice and dry on your Friday to finish off the week. Winds keep going out of the south, a nice day. Here's where things get a little bit more tricky. Watch this storm, watch the moisture rapidly expand along with it. Showers and thunderstorms breaking out along that strong cold front by Saturday morning. And then as we go through the day on Saturday, that front marches on through. We replace the southerly winds with northerly ones. That's going to yank down the cold air. The one saving grace that we're going to see, it looks like the thrust of this cold air is going to miss us a little bit more to the north. So instead of coming bodily down on top of us like the last couple have done, it's a glancing blow for Sunday. Temperatures, yeah, they'll be a whole lot colder, but it's nothing we haven't seen. In fact, it'll be better than what we saw earlier in the week by about 20 degrees. So with that in mind, clear to partly cloudy tonight, mild, about 48 for the low. Your Friday, partly sunny, it'll be breezy, it'll be warm. It's kite flying weather, 71 for the high tomorrow. Here's what your 5-day looks like. Now, early Saturday, we should be in the low 60s, but temperatures will fall during the day. Showers and thunderstorms come through. Looks like around lunchtime for a lot of us. Still a possibility of a few snow flurries early Sunday morning, and then the bulk of the day will be okay with temperatures around 40, but look at how quick it warms up. Back into the 50s next week.
Those cold spells are getting shorter and shorter at least.
And not as severe.
All right. Bill, thank you. Well, one of Lexington's best-known companies has some questions to answer in court. Lexmark is a defendant in a lawsuit. We'll have details when LEX18 covers Kentucky. And later, basketball excitement builds in the Bluegrass as we press on to the Sweet 16.
Hear Bill Neck's Storm Tracker forecast at work and on the road on Magic 105.5.
Shrimp Fest is on, and you're gonna have fun eating all the shrimp you crave. Captain D's.
Hurry in for creamy new shrimp pasta Alfredo, only during Shrimp Fest.
At the great little seafood place, Captain D's, please.
Lexington's Eyes is making quality eye care more affordable. Now receive an eye exam, 2 boxes of any ActiView brand or conventional lens disposable contact lenses, and a pair of single vision glasses from our Lexington collection, all for only $199. Be confident in receiving a quality eye exam. All exams are performed by experienced doctors of optometry. Make your appointment today at any Lexington's Eyes. Visit us in Lexington, Georgetown, Winchester, and Mount Sterling.
This weekend, Enterprise Rent-A-Car announces special low rates from just $9.99 a day. Friday till Monday from just $9.99 a day. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
1-800-RENT-A-CAR. Bluegrass Family Health. For businesses, for families.
Our family chose Bluegrass Family Health for the service.
The service is excellent because we treat our members with compassion.
Compassion for members, for businesses, variety.
Variety means a choice of business plans and reflects our strengths.
Strength is one reason Georgetown College works with Bluegrass Family Health.
This is the character of our company.
This is Bluegrass Family Health.
Brings out the Italian in everyone.
Man, that chicken parmesan didn't bring out the Italian in me.
Me neither. I mean, it was awesome. The chicken, the cheese, but I'm still the same.
Fazoli's new oven-baked chicken parmesan, tender-breaded filet with unlimited breadsticks, brings out the Italian in everyone.
What band is this?
Fazoli's. Everyone's Italian.
Looking cool, Charlie.
Thanks. Hey, what you got there?
Same thing as you, only different.
Milk and cereal bars from General Mills.
You got the milk in there? I got milk in here, so I can eat it on the run.
The nutrition of real milk and cereal, like Honey Nut Cheerios, in a great-tasting bar.
Because if I had time, I'd have a bowl of cereal with you.
You just did.
Milk and cereal bars. Everything but the bowl.
Funeral services are set for a man killed when his fire truck was hit by a train. That story tops tonight's LEX18 covering Kentucky. The accident happened in Oldham County late Monday night. Richard Dake was a volunteer firefighter for Oldham County. He was returning from a training exercise when the train hit his truck. His funeral will be held at 11 o'clock Friday morning at Ballardsville Baptist Church in Crestwood. A mother in Carter County has been indicted for tampering with evidence in her son's murder trial. 54-year-old Betty H. Sue Menifee is the mother of Paul Branham. Branham has been indicted on murder charges. Menifee allegedly cleaned the clothes Branham is believed to have worn at the time of the murder in question. She could get up to 5 years in prison if she's convicted. And Pitney Bowes, the Connecticut-based manufacturer of postage meters and office equipment, claims in 3 lawsuits that Lexmark and several other companies violated its patent. The company says the violation was on an internal piece of many laser printers. Pitney settled a similar lawsuit last year against Hewlett-Packard, the world's largest printer maker, for $400 million. That's LEX18 covering Kentucky at 11. The Cats arrived in Atlanta a few hours ago, anxious to find out who their first opponent will be. Ryan Lemon brings us all the action live from Atlanta.
And the Kentucky Wildcats have arrived here in Catlanta. Coming up in sports, we're going to hear what Tubby Smith had to say about today's practice session. We're also going to tell you who's in and who's out as the first round of the SEC basketball tournament comes to a close, live from Catlanta when we come back.
Tonight, Jay's all new with Rene Russo. Plus, that computer dude, Ben Curtis, and Dave Chappelle spends a day with Tiger Woods and challenges him at his own game.
Well, I should make a video game about my life. Oh, God.
Then on Conan, Tom Arnold, Roger Ebert, and Conan O'Brien exposed. Tonight,
March is the time to turn your home wish list into a wish come true at the Home Depot. Come in now through March 31st and get no payments and no interest if paid by January 2003 on consumer credit card purchases of $299 or more for all your kitchen, appliance, bath, and flooring projects. So bring in your list and get no payments and no interest if paid by January 2003 now at the Home Depot.
When Auto Summit says big sale, we mean big sale. In fact, the biggest sale of the year at Auto Summit's Inventory Consolidation Sale. Auto Summit is combining inventory from all over Kentucky into one easy location right here in Lexington. Choose from all makes, all models, all like new at Kentucky's largest showroom. If having a choice matters to you, shop Auto Summit's Inventory Consolidation Sale and see how big a big sale can be. Auto Summit, where you save thousands.
It all starts here. Character and opportunity.
Kentucky's public schools prepared me to build our family's business. Today's kids deserve that same chance.
Jim Gray, a successful businessman, as mayor, an advocate for our schools, for attracting the best teachers, raising standards and performance, and encouraging accountability. Experience, know-how, results. Jim Gray, Mayor.
Look at our son. College boy. I'm so proud.
I'm just glad to be home. You know what I miss most? Golden Grahams. I think I'm gonna have a bowl when I get home. Maybe 2. Heck, I might eat them all.
The irresistible taste of Golden Grahams is something everyone in the family wants for themselves. Golden Grahams. Go get your own.
Arby's new market fresh turkey ranch and bacon with honey wheat breads, pepper bacon, and a creamy ranch sauce.
Give in to your grown-up tastes.
Well, welcome back to beautiful Centennial Park here in downtown Atlanta, where this year's SEC basketball tournament is already underway over at the Georgia Dome. True Blue fans and our True Blue crew have been here for days getting ready for the Cat tip-off tomorrow night. But, yes, the Cats have arrived. This was the scene tonight just a couple of blocks from here at the Hyatt Hotel in downtown Atlanta as the UK basketball team arrived at their new home away from home for the next couple of days. Tubby Smith said the guys had a very good practice today, and he said he's looking forward to hitting the court because he said he's excited to be here and looking forward for a very competitive tournament.
Very well. We've had very competitive practices. I think the guys are really focused, and I know it'll be an interesting tournament. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Coach Tubby Smith didn't have a lot to say. That's the only thing he told us when he got off the van over there at the Hyatt tonight. Now, as we said, the SEC tournament tipped off earlier today, and we did have a little local flavor in the first game. Former Scott County basketball star and Kentucky Mr. Basketball, Scott Hunley, plays for the Vanderbilt Commodores. His Commodores got beat, and Hunley said he's been a little disappointed with the way his season has gone this year.
I think it's on the uptick. Next year I hope to come in and play a little more and contribute in different ways to the team.
There's a lot of young guys on this team.
Yeah, there are. We've got a lot of talent on this team, and hopefully we'll be able to put it together and be a good postseason team.
And Hunley and his Commodores bow out. They lost to LSU in the first game, 69-62. Hunley, he only played 3 minutes and picked up 4 fouls, did not score. In the second game, Tennessee beat Arkansas, so the Volunteers will play Alabama tomorrow. In the night session, Florida beat Auburn 81-63. Brett Nelson, 23 points for the Gators. And this is the game all True Blue fans are keeping an eye on. South Carolina leading Ole Miss in the second half, 44-37. Of course, the winner of that game will play the Cats tomorrow night at the Georgia Dome. Tip-off is a late one at 9:45. That's going to do it for wrap up our day's edition from True Blue Catlanta. Alan Cutler, let's go back to you with the rest of today's sports.
Okay, we'll talk to Ryan tomorrow night at noon and at 6 o'clock. You know, folks, there's some great high school ball being played all over Kentucky. Regional action. Lexington Catholic is going to win it all one of these days. In Madison Central, second half, we pick it up. Central trying to get something going. Cal Venzel. He says, hey, I'm open, left hand, laying it in. Catholic gets right back. Mark Balter from the corner. Got it. More Catholic Marooners. They got a lot of kids who can play basketball. They're in great shape. Lefty, bingo. Central Sean Ballard says, hey, you know, look at this. Righty goes left, pulls up, and he buries it at 17 points. Matt Cornett, big guy, soft Jay, but Catholic was way too tough. Look at Graham, skying. Catholic wins 82-55.
Come back, and I thought our intensity was excellent. You know, we need to try to put 32 minutes together, and I think tonight we put about a good 29 minutes together.
They tried to press us, but they couldn't really press us because we would get the ball out quick enough so we can go down and score quickly, and our press was really effective. Everybody came out from the tip, you know, everybody was ready to play tonight, and it showed at the scoreboard at the end of the game that we came out ready to play and ready to put this game away in the first quarter.
Yeah, they put him away. Another dandy matchup, Henry Clay and East Jess. Clay List showing up big in the postseason. Bingo, he had 21 points and 7 bounds. Gordon Duke having a terrific year for East Jess. Check him out. To Butch Georgia, who had 20 points and he's having a great year. Jags again. Wayne for 3. Bingo. Back come the Blue Devils. List to Brandon Pullman. This kid's going to be terrific. East Jessamine, Brad Richardson. Top of the key, wide open. Where's the D? There's 3. More Jags. Corey Wade. 3 more. East Jessamine wins 63-57.
scoreboard time, all girls. Campbellsville by 10. Estill County, they lose at a fine season. St. Pat by a bucket. Mercer County over Boyle. South Laurel by 5. Bell County wins. Boyd County by a bucket. And West Carter 62-40. Louisville and the favorite Marquette in Conference USA. This little guy, Henry, is dynamite. Reese Gaines was big. He had 29 points. Check out his D right here. He's got it, but oh no, he blows the layup. That's kind of how it went for Louisville, who was very hot coming into this game. Check out the passing. Henry will bury it. It looks like Louisville playing the NIT next Tuesday night, a home game. Marquette goes on to win 84-76. And Louisville did have a fine season.
They did. Well, Alan, thank you. Well, everyone fights for those parking spots closest to the mall entrance, right? But in Florida, the fight may be over. We'll tell you why when LEX18 covers your world next.
LEX18 News. The proof is in our coverage.
2 men roaming around who are armed.
More live local news.
We are covering the news.
Live in Bourbon County.
Live in Madison County.
Live in Scott County.
LEX18 News. Coverage you can count on.
Spend a little time at the Castle, save a lot of money. Shop the Castle for reconditioned Rolex watches. You can own a Rolex watch for a fraction of the cost of a new one. All watches backed by the Castle's complete and unconditional warranty. Hurry in now. Shop 6 Castle locations.
This is what we learn from. This is how we can get new ideas to save energy. That's the reason that they built this store.
If we save energy, it might make the world a better place.
Walmart is definitely setting an example. It makes me feel good.
We have 288 solar panels, 180 skylights in the building. This store is an investment in saving energy.
We're all in this together. Yeah, they're doing their part. It behooves me to do mine.
Actions speak louder than words.
It's a smart thing to save energy. Everybody should care about it.
Hi, I'm Carl Henderson. Because of the increase in business, we are forced to move into a larger store in Eastland Shopping Center.
That's right, Dad. We're having a gigantic moving sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Rather than stand the cost of moving all of these grands, player grands, consoles, digital pianos, and clocks, we are slashing prices to the bone.
Over $1 million of inventory. This magnificent Yamaha Disc-A-Beer player grand plays itself with a disc or a CD.
So hurry and get to the Henderson Music Company moving sale in Eastland Shopping Center.
Meyer insists on the freshest bananas. For decades, this plantation has delivered just that. The bananas here, in the tropical river valleys of Costa Rica, are nurtured by the climate, the soil, and the rains. But once they're cut from the stem, man must keep them fresh. That's why Meyer doesn't just handpick the bananas. They handpick the people.
The Castle dares you to compare the quality and price of jewelry.
Go to Service Merchandise is going out of business sale and pay $99 for quarter-carat diamond cocktail rings. Or shop the Castle and save $40.
The Castle guarantees they will beat any competitor's price on jewelry.
Remember when you were a kid, waking up and running downstairs to Mom's homemade biscuits? Of course you don't. You couldn't tear yourself away from the cartoons long enough to eat anything. So you'll appreciate Hardee's, where real bakers have been making biscuits from scratch for 23 years using real buttermilk. That's the kind of care we give everything at Hardee's. Like our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, served fresh on one of our famous buttermilk biscuits. Now you can get 2 for just $2. Hardee's, the way food ought to be.
Investigators can't believe it. They say a homeless man died after a woman left him trapped in a car windshield in her garage. The strange story tops tonight's LEX18 covering your world. Police say 37-year-old Gregory Biggs was struck by a hit-and-run driver. They believe he actually lived for 2 days trapped in the windshield of the car that struck him despite his pleas for help. A nurse's aide has been arrested after the car was found in her garage. She reportedly had been drinking and using the drug ecstasy the night she hit Biggs. A 13-year-old girl is in satisfactory condition after being stabbed at her Alabama middle school. Investigators say 2 8th-grade girls got into an argument during gym class. That's when one of the girls stabbed the other in the back. The school principal says authorities responded quickly to the situation. Officers have taken a 13-year-old suspect into custody. An upscale Boca Raton mall is changing the way drivers hunt for prime parking spots. That's because they're no longer free. It will cost shoppers $3 to park near store entrances. The mall has offered valet parking for some time. The mall's owners have properties in 36 states and have promised the program will be spreading to other areas. That's LEX18 covering your world at 11. Also tonight, the newest group of motivational speakers will throw more than words at you. They'll also toss a few salmon. Seattle's own fishmongers are taking center stage at a business conference in Indianapolis. 1,000 people seeing what they do best. And their fish philosophy is catching on. The mongers at the Pike Place Fish Market are just as busy selling and throwing fish as they are giving motivational talks for up to $20,000 a speech. Good work if you can get it. What? Joining us with a look at Friday's traffic hotspots, here's Officer Don Evans.
One lane of outbound East High will be blocked at Euclid tomorrow. And watch for lane closures on Maxwell Street. They're doing cable work in that area. Officers will be running radar on Heartland Parkway tomorrow as well. I'll have the latest on accidents and delays before you head out the door. Join me for live air traffic during LEX18 Sunrise tomorrow morning.
It's the event that every biker in Daytona has waited for all year. A new twist on the idea of mud wrestling when we return.
There's a seafood feast going on now at O'Charlie's, the all-American grill with the Irish name, where good food and good times are always the catch of the day. Cajun shrimp cocktail, golden platters of shrimp, scallops, and fish, and grilled tuna with a spicy ginger sauce. So gather your crew, get your sea legs on, and meet us at O'Charlie's. It's easy to find. It's at the corner of good food and good times.
Spring is just around the corner, and Shapes Fitness Centers are offering no enrollment fee plus free tanning or childcare on all new renewable memberships. Whether you prefer Shapes South Park location exclusively for women or Shapes Village East Co-ed Club, you can get started now on a great spring shape-up program and pay no enrollment fee and receive free tanning or childcare. Please call Shapes today and receive a free trial workout. But hurry, this is a very limited offer.
The new meaning of a traditional home is not just 18th century dark woods anymore. At Lexington Furniture, we bring together the brands, the accessories, the knowledgeable professionals to help you mix and blend the designs you want to live with for an updated traditional look, not just a copy of what your parents chose 30 years ago. And in addition to having guaranteed lowest prices, we're offering 12 months same as cash this month. Create your idea of traditional style and save at Lexington Furniture.
It's my downtime.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
We're going to the fair.
I can tell you.
Gets me to class.
Who to sock you to. Hey.
It's my other set of wheels.
All right.
I'm going to see my boyfriend.
We're going to the fair, all right.
It's your thing.
LexTran, wherever life takes you.
Breast augmentation, facelift, abdominoplasty, permanent hair removal. When you're ready to improve your appearance, trust the Center for Plastic Surgery, Kentucky's only office-based accredited surgical facility. For your initial consultation to your successful results, you'll be glad you chose board-certified surgeon Dr. Sandra Buzaglu and the Center for Plastic Surgery. Call 263-8083.
Hear the best of Jay Leno's monologue weekday mornings at 6:25 on 590 WVLK.
And finally tonight, the practice of mud wrestling has taken a turn in the new millennium. Are you ready for Cole Slaw Wrestling? Yes, it's all the rage at Bike Week in the Daytona Beach area. It sounds outrageous, probably smells outrageous, but it attracts more than 20,000 people from across the country. The tradition was born about 15 years ago with only 3 participants. Can you believe that? But it's now reached this level. It takes 1 ton of shredded cabbage and 5 gallons of vegetable oil to set the stage. The winner, though, gets a whopping $500. Yuck. Maybe
throwing fish and now this.
Ugh, the 2 smells just.
Oh.
But maybe, you know, that's a new market for cabbage and
sauerkraut wasn't available, huh?
I guess not.
Ooh.
Well, Bill, how about this weather?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, and imagine how that stuff would start smelling on a nice warm day like tomorrow. 71, partly sunny, kind of windy. Cold front comes through on Saturday, and our weather changes dramatically late in the weekend.
All right, and we're still waiting to see who Kentucky will play.
South Carolina by 9. That would be an upset if they beat Ole Miss, because Ole Miss is a better team.
Who do we want to play? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter. Kentucky will beat either one.
Good deal. We like hearing that. Thanks for watching. The Tonight Show with Jay Leno is coming up next. Have a good evening.
Call the LEX18 News tip line, 381-1801, or from your Suncom wireless phone, dial star 1818.